Hi, Timmy.
You having a nice laugh, are you?
I mean, it's Christmas. It's Christmas morning.
Hey!
I love the way it makes me feel inside.
What's up, everyone? Adam from FWCI, and this is Brewstew Turning 30. That was a little while ago for me. That was almost 9 years ago now. Time is flying. This video was requested in the comments by Ladylike79, who says, "Great reaction!" Exclamation mark. New subscriber after watching your Brewstew reviews. Please react to his Turning 30 video. It's hilarious. Thank you very much for the request, and the best way to get your request noticed down in the comments is by subscribing. If you haven't already, make sure you do, and go to patreon.com/FWCI if you want to support my channel a bit further, and go to patreon.com/Brewstew if you'd like to support the man himself, as you probably should, because he's great. Now, I turned 30 in 2017, which feels like it was an eternity ago. I don't even think I'd met my partner at that point. It was a crazy time in my life, to be completely honest. My turning to 30 was definitely not a hilarious story, put it that way. It was actually kind of fucked. But in the 8 years since then, my life has certainly taken a turn for the better. I'm with my partner now. I'm very happy. I've got my channel that I've been doing for the last 4 years, which, by the way, I'm going to be doing this full-time pretty soon as well. My contract at my job is finished, and I think it's time to have a 7-day-a-week proper crack at YouTube. So, perfect time to go to Patreon, first of all, because there's going to be a ton of stuff on there. But again, subscribe here because there's going to be heaps of extra content coming up in the near future. I don't really feel my age, I guess. I mean, I'm nearly 40, but I definitely don't feel it. I guess that probably comes across in my behavior and how I act and how I speak and everything like that. I've just never really paid that much attention to age. I'm starting to now because, you know, the body's starting to have some, creaks and tweaks here and there, and you start to feel it. You definitely start to feel it. Turning 30, turning 40, turning 21, turning 50, it never really has that much of an effect on me in terms of stressing me out. So let's see if Brewstew can give me a complex about this and make me freak out about my age and these white hairs that I've got appearing in my beard now. This is Brewstew Turning 30.
Alright, so I guess it's that time of year again. My birthday has come and went, and here I am another year older. But this time it's different, because this time I turned 30. 30 years old? Jesus Christ, somebody get this geriatric some Metamucil. That's right, I'm 30. I'm old now. I can officially go around telling kids stories about the olden times. Back in my day, we only had 151 Pokemon. And if we wanted to go on the internet, we had to use dial-up. What's dial-up, Grandpa? I don't.
Yeah, that is a definite flashback moment. Yeah, man, there's a cultural divide between people that grew up on social media and internet connectivity and people that didn't. And being an old man with back in my day has never. I feel like we're going to be the last generation of old men that can really say that and have a meaning, because everything's just going to be the same for ever from now on. I don't know what's going to change. Nothing can. We're there. We've peaked. Flying hoverboards, I guess that's where we should be putting our attention.
I don't want to talk about it! Now, I have to admit that I'm a little pessimistic when it comes to my birthday these days. I don't get all excited like when I was a kid. My God, I'm 10 years old now. I have this here holographic Charizard. I have the world by its ass. But maybe I'm just being a big wussy crybaby. Maybe I just need to be a little bit more optimistic. My God, I'm 30 years old now. I still have this holographic Charizard. That means I still have the world by its ass. After all, it's not like I'm super old like some people. Yeah, what are you complaining about? Wait till you get into your 70s, where every time you take a piss, it feels like a goddamn colony of fire ants is tap dancing through your urethra. Well, you know what? It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. And if I want to sit in the dark by myself and contemplate my own mortality for my 30th birthday, then by God, I'm gonna do it. But luckily, instead, that wonderful wife of mine decided to plan a surprise 2-day trip on my birthday. And that trip was to Mackinaw City up in Michigan. And if you're not familiar with Mackinaw City, they have a bridge, they have an island, and they have about 9,000 different fudge shops for your fat ass to try. Now, the hotel we were staying at was right on the beach.
I just think Mackinaw Peaches from Seinfeld. What the fuck? That's not a beach. What are we looking at here? This is where you stayed. Oh. Is this going to be a story about his wifey trying to do something nice and it just failing epically? Let's watch.
which meant there was roughly 4,000 seagulls hanging outside of our back door.
Like Home Alone 2 in this bitch.
But there was this one fat seagull that stood out from the rest of them, and his name was Derek. I know his name was Derek because I named him Derek. Derek the Seagull. And Derek's ass was the alpha male of all the seagulls. And any food that was coming his way was all his. He's attacking everybody. That's his territory. He's a fucking maniac. Look at him go. So I'm out on the beach feeding Derek's fat ass some leftover pizza that I had, and everything's going fine until all the other seagulls get pissed off because they're not getting any. So what do they decide to do? Well, they decide to shit on my head. That's what they decide to do. Is that shit? Did a bird just shit on me? Oh, now there's bird shit on my hand. God damn it. All right, so maybe not a great start to the Mackinac trip, but it gets better. The next day, we decide to go to Mackinac Island. And since we've never been there before, our dumbasses think that there's a bridge that you can just drive across. We're Googling driving directions and shit. Well, this can't be right. It says here we have to drive a fucking submarine 4 miles through Lake Huron. Oh, wait a minute, there's a ferry. You're supposed to take a fucking boat across. We're stupid. So we take this ferry out to Mackinac Island, and everything's going fine. That is, until we notice that there's a lady sitting by us that's breastfeeding a very, very large child. Oh my God, don't look now, but I think there's a lady breastfeeding a fucking 9-year-old. There's a what? Oh my God, what the hell? Now, I don't have a problem with breastfeeding in public, but this shit looked like a midget trying to get to second base, for Christ's sake. What the hell are you staring at? I'm on my lunch break. So needless to say, we get the hell off the ferry as fast as we can.
Wow. What the hell, man? Oh, Jesus Christ. I've never seen that before, thank God. What the fuck? I think I've seen that depicted in, like, comedy movies as, like, something insane. Ugh, I don't like Mackinac Island. Let's go back to Mackinac Bay or wherever it was we were. Get some peaches.
You want to get a beer? Yeah, I think I need a beer after seeing that shit. So we go to a local brewery on the island, and like all breweries, they have a bunch of weird beers that you can try. Ooh, this one tastes like a peanut butter sandwich. Oh God, this one tastes like a fucking Duracell battery. What the hell? We look over to the table next to us, and guess who we see? That's right, it's Milky and her son. The kid still got a fucking milk mustache still on his lip and shit. Okay then, time to leave. I'm not sticking around to watch this kid have dessert. Let's go. So now we decide to rent mountain bikes to ride around the island. The only problem was that my bike was messed up and the gears would change all willy-nilly by themselves. So now I'm riding around the island looking like a drunk guy that doesn't know how to work a 10-speed. Wow, that guy must be wasted. Yeah, I wonder how many Duracell battery beers he had. Jesus Christ. So we go riding around Mackinac Island with my bike that's possessed by the devil, and I have to say that Mackinac Island is pretty as hell. The water's all crystal clear. Shit looks like a goddamn Bob Ross painting. You see, I'm used to the dirty ass
I judged it too harshly.
milk and smells like dead people. But out here, it was like riding through a goddamn Lisa Frank folder. Holy hell, look at that unicorn on that path made out of rainbows. So after spending all day on Mackinaw's made-up fairy tale island, we take the last ferry back to the mainland. And this is where we go to our final stop of the trip, a dark sky park. You see, prior to the trip, my wife got me a telescope because, well, you know, I'm a big nerd, and I like to look at planets and shit. And a dark sky park is the best place to use a telescope because, well, it's dark. You can actually see shit up in the sky. It's not like your backyard back in the city, where if you look up, you just see 2 dots and a fucking McDonald's sign. So I'm out there with this telescope. I'm trying to pretend to know what the hell I'm doing in front of the other people that actually do know what the hell they're doing. Everything was fine until it came time to leave the park, because now I have to disassemble a whole goddamn Newtonian telescope in the pitch black. I mean, I brought a lantern with me to help me see, but you can't use any white light because, well, it's a dark sky park. No lights are allowed. So there I am, Helen Kellering this thing back in the bag, when all of a sudden my lantern goes off. Now I got light shooting in every direction. Might as well been a fucking flashbang going off. And of course this lantern wasn't an ordinary lantern. I had to get the 1000 lumens holy shit lantern. This thing looked like a fucking bat signal in the sky, for Christ's sake. Hey, you stupid idiot! We're trying to look at planets and shit! And that right there is how we concluded our little trip to Mackinaw City, by pissing off a bunch of nerds in the dark. So special thanks to my wonderful wife for making my transition into my 30s as least depressing as possible. And if you're looking for a good time, check out Mackinaw City, home of Derek the Seagull, the Duracell battery beer, and last but not least, the milk mustache of Mackinac Island.
No, go away. Wow, Mackinac Island, what a place, huh? Alright, the Duracell beer battery, yeah, I've been to some, like, brewery, like boutique breweries, like small ones, and they always have some crazy wild shit that I don't like. I don't really enjoy beer at the best of times. I feel like most people don't. I just don't understand how that, you know, fermented hop flavor can be, like, desirable. I understand wanting to drink it to get drunk. That's cool. I get it. If you're gonna, like, absorb the pain and withstand the discomfort of, like, not just beer, but most alcohol, because you want to get drunk, then I respect that. But don't tell me that it's nice, because it's not. That is a very sweet gesture from the wife in this one here to take him away somewhere that he can use this new telescope. That's a very, very sweet gesture. And, you know, it looked like it was a fairly nice little island. It was in Michigan, did they say, wasn't it? Yeah, it's like way up in northern Michigan. What is that body of water that I'm looking at there? Is that the Great Lake? Or am I just making myself look like a complete dipshit by saying that? What's that? Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York? No shit. Wow. Detroit is really close to New York. And what's Toronto doing down there? I thought you were in Canada. Or is that Newark? I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know, I just had a great time just looking at all these US cities on this map. I just know them from, like, sport. I know that they're in the Eastern Conference, don't get me wrong. I know that's the East Coast. But seeing maps like this just remind me of what a gargantuan-sized continent North America really is. I mean, I'm looking at so many states there. We have like 6 states in total. You can drive for like 2 days in Australia and maybe not get into another state. I do want to say that I enjoyed Derek, the fat seagull who was bullying his way through all the other seagulls just to get all the food. That's I feel like that's a very Brewstew thing for him to capture that and name that bird and then keep feeding him food. Oh my god, we used to have a feral cat that lived underneath the dumpster, but we could see the dumpster from the drive-through window, and this cat would always come up to the drive-through window. I just started feeding it. He would eat like a quarter pounder patty like every night, but like, here you go, cat. Rip some off, chuck it in there. He was good. It probably wasn't good for him, but I'm guessing it was better than whatever else was going on. So I'm all about embracing a random animal and giving it food and giving him a name. That was Crazy the cat. But let me know in the comments what you thought about this one. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Patreon.com/FWCI if you want to support my channel. Patreon.com/Brewstew if you want to support the man himself. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends, ta-ta, and farewell.